Hey JK, you crazy.
Let's see, I might should have did this gray first. And then laid the blue on top of the gray. So that's what I'm gonna do. I just wanted to, first I was thinking about keeping it blue because that was the last thing that was done on the letters. But I should have did the gray first, so I will correct that. But this is part of the digitizing process, and this is why you pay somebody. Now, this design is fairly simple, but this is why you pay somebody, man. You pay somebody to do this. And I might should have did the bottom first. Let me show y'all just a little idea of what digitizing is. Usually you can pay somebody, maybe for this right here, somebody probably would have charged me $60. It's fairly simple. Now, if you see what I'm doing, I'm just going around where the gray is, and I'm just doing the Tommy stitch. I don't know the names of the stitches like that. I know you got the satin stitch and the Tanami stitch, and you got some other stitches. But really, you know, I'm gonna make the finer adjustments later. But I'm just trying to get it stitched in. Boom. See that? Now, you see how? So I did this piece. Boom, boom, boom. Right here. And it's going to overlap this. But I got to put this on the top. So you got to have what order. It got to make sense. You got to think like a digitizer. That's one of the issues. Is that a lot of times we don't think like digitizers, so. But this is what I want to do first. Let me see. Now, I have to bring them down. All right, yeah, see. That's what I want to do first. Let me show you how that's gonna work. Let me show you how that's gonna work. If we do a run stitch on it. All right, it's doing that. And so when it comes in, see, it did the blue, and I'm gonna do the blue last. I should have did the gray first on these horns. It's gonna do that. But you see how I did that little piece of that? Watch this, see that right there? See that? It just did that, and then it did a run stitch, right? And then came down and filled that in. And then, see, you can have this gap right here because that other horn is gonna come over here. And I'm just giving you an idea of what digitizing is, because a lot of people gonna be like, man, I don't wanna pay no digitizer. I'm gonna do it myself. And I don't know, man, the digital, what are they really doing? You gotta tell that, like, the digitizing is a thinking process, right? You gotta understand what's gonna work and what's gonna, like, if you over layer too much stuff, like if I put stitching here, then it's just unnecessary stitching, and then you might get a thread break when the other one comes in and overlaps it. See, you see, this is overlapping stitching for no reason. All right, so you want things to go smooth, and that's part of that process. Now, I should have the gray coming before the blue. And why is that? Because the blue is overlapping the gray. So watch, well, I'm finna fix that. And just bring him down. Yeah. So watch how it should be different. Yeah, watch how he come in now. So we do the gray first. Boom, boom. Right? And then, see, that blue is going to overlap that gray. Boom, 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 boom. Got me? Right? And then I put the little menorahs in with a satin stitch. But I just wanted to give you an idea of what digitizing is. Because a lot of people, man, I don't know, you know, should I pay somebody? And this is, you know, the bigger the logo is, the more they're going to charge you. Now, this is a big logo. This is about like a 12 by 12. This is like a 12 by 12. They'll probably charge you $65 to $75 to digitize this. And something simple, sometimes you can do the auto digitizer, but you're going to have to know how to come in and clean this up. It's like you got the satin stitch right there. You're going to know how to do that. All right. You're going to have to know how to do these things. So, you know, just as you're growing, as your business is growing, just add little skill sets, learn how to do these things. But if you're concerning yourself on, should I be paying for a digitizer? Should I do it myself? Man, you may not have time to sit here 4-5 hours to mess with some digitizing. Man, you can have somebody do that, service that thing out, and then they send you the file. Most companies have somebody send it out. They'll send it to somebody, and I've seen one major company where the brother was, he had a company that as soon as the people ordered, the file went directly to the digitizer, and then the digitizer sends the file to them, and they get the file, and they just ready to go. And you find a good digitizer who knows exactly what they're doing. Fiverr just gonna run you some problems. Some simple stuff on Fiverr can be done, but when you get into complex things, you want to have you a good digitizer, just like a graphic designer. A digitizer is as important as a graphic designer, maybe even more so, because it's more complicated, and it's not just drawing something, it's drawing something in a particular order so that the stitches, so they'll sew out correctly, and it's not problematic and causing, because a lot of your issues are going to come from bad digitizing. Bad digitizing, or some, you know what I'm saying, you might have had too much clutter somewhere. Like I say, this is a simple design, but once I get to putting these menorahs on top, it can become problematic. But, you know what I'm saying, we got to do what we do. So we only have one layer. But if you try to layer this, say if you had a design right here on top of this, say if you had a face right here, you trying to put your face right here on top of this and put the eyebrows on there and have the eyebrows kind of 3D a little bit, it's going to be maybe too much stitching right there. So you may want to leave a spot. So it's a lot of thinking that goes into it, man. So don't think that your digitizers are shorting you. You get what you pay for, especially when you're digitizing, and looking for people. Get inside of these embroidery groups and look for people who are recommended. Look at some of the work that's been done, and because you can save yourself a headache. Now, I had to have this all the way zoomed in, and this is going to be a little more complicated. We're going to try to do a satin stitch here. May not be able to get that to work. Yeah, definitely ain't going to get that to work. So we'll do that like that. We'll do that like that. Shoot. Let's see, you change this color. And color 20. Let's say we can bend it a little bit. Yeah. Let's see the back. That might get it. All right, so we're gonna put another satin stitch, but what we gonna do? What we're gonna do is from here, we're gonna do a run stitch. Right, so we do boom, 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 boom. We're gonna stitch that out. Then we're gonna come up here, boom. All right, we just following the path, and we're gonna go all the way up here. And see, this to show you how complicated this thing is. See how I messed around it. We're gonna make that stitch. And let me come back in here and fix that, because I'm going all crooked because I'm trying to hold the phone and do this at the same time. So you're gonna make him come up there like that, and then we're gonna come and we're gonna do a satin stitch. All right, we're gonna do a satin stitch on this thing. And just see how, it's just something you think it's just real simple and but it's complicated, man. It gets complicated. All right, boom. We're gonna run that, okay. We'll come back and clean them up. Let's come back and clean them up a little bit. I know y'all looking like, man, that look crazy right here. We'll come back and clean them up a little bit, update the path, tighten them up a little bit, and then guess what we gonna do? We gonna run across the street. We gonna run across the street. Boom, he gonna stop right there, and he gonna run across the street to the other side. All right, and we gonna go up and up. Boom, we ain't gonna worry about that little crookedness a little bit. We'll come back in there again, all right? If we doing this, we just trying to get us together. All right, we gonna do another satin stitch. Boom, 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 boom. And you got to learn this software, man. You have to learn this software. And like I say, the one that comes with Racoma, this Chroma one, this basic, man. They didn't give you the good program. They want you to pay extra for that. And again, like I said, we'll come in, we'll clean it up, tighten it up. See how it's just that look a little crazy a little bit. And that little green button right there means, like, these lines show you how the thread is going. These are paths for the thread. So if you lean them, like if you length it up here, that's how the thread is gonna be going. It's gonna be going up that way. Like I say, usually when I first got it, but see, I done spent thousands of dollars getting this digitizer, man. You know what I'm saying? And you can make money just doing this. You know, you ain't even gotta make no shirts, man. You can get this program, and if you really interested in something like this, you can do this. Now let me go do another run stitch. All right, we gonna come down the middle last. Boom, 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 boom. So we gonna go, now we went back here. It's gonna stop here. All right, it came up from here. It's gonna come back down here. It's gonna stop here. Now we can take the thread, and we gonna go up here, and we gonna go to the other one, the next level. Right? We're gonna go to the next level. We're gonna stop there, and then we're gonna do a satin stitch. Y'all get it? And so this is how you have to think about how to actually accomplish what it is you're trying to do. And when you get you know, eventually you'll get good at it. Eventually you get good at it, man, and you can fly through this stuff. I'm not that good at it. I say we gonna run back up here. We're gonna run back on up the street. And then we gonna get the satin, come back down. know that look a little crazy, and you gotta, you know, sometimes it be looking crazy, but you gotta understand how small this is, man. You know, we got it zoomed in now, but this may not even be an inch big. You know what I'm saying? So you have to keep that in mind too. I know y'all like, man, that thing look a little crazy, and that's how I be sometimes too. But you gotta realize, man, them little bitty details, you know, they matter, but not at this. You know, you're looking at it way finer than it should be. You know what I'm saying? All right, so we got that, and so we stopped there. And see, when you hit this right here, like, see, it stopped. That's the green. That green button means that's where it started at, and then this is where it stopped. All right, and so now the machine stops right here. He's looking like, what do I need to do next, boss? And so you tell the machine, okay, machine, you gonna go up here, and then you gonna go up here right there. All right, and so you really just telling the machine what to do. You giving them your digitizer is your brain. It's the brain to your machine. It's your brain. So you know, you want a smart digitizer. You want somebody who knows what they're doing. And if you're not really a smart person, you need to be paying for your digitizer. You need to be paying for one. I ain't the brightest. You know, I'm not the brightest person in the cookie jar. Not the brightest cookie in the cookie jar. However the saying go. However it go. But I will sit and try to figure some stuff out. That's one of my gifts, is that I'm not scared to break nothing. I ain't scared to break nothing, man. That's what got me into the DTF so early, man, because, all right, man, I get it to work. That's what it does. And I seen the foreigners getting it to work. I'm like, man, I can get it to work. They've got it working. So it can't be something. So we going up to the very top, and then we finna finish them on off. And so when we have a straight line like that, we ain't got to go boom, boom, boom. It's just only when we curving do we have to do that. But you're going to make sure that you're covering these other stitches. And let me try to clean him up a little bit. And so we was able to get it done and get everything covered without having to make the needle get up. See, you could have just did this, boom, 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 then did this. You could have went, you know what I'm saying? You could have did the whole loop right there, and then came up and made the needle loop. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta. It's different ways to do it, but you gotta just think about what'll probably be the best way to get it done. And you see, the more you zoom out on that thing, you can't tell what, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be able to tell what that is. And so we'll hit those little dots and adjust it a little more. And what we just gonna do is boom, 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 boom. We ain't even gonna, you know what I'm saying? We're not even gonna do no cuts or no jumping. But I hope that gave you a little, you know what I'm saying, education, kind of informed you a little bit on what digitizing actually is, and you can decide on whether you're gonna pay for it or not. And right now we're running at 750 stitches per minute. 750 a minute, right? 750 a minute. You can go all the way up to 100. I'm in 1,000. The more you speed it up, the more likelihood you get a thread break or something like that. And we let them run. But when you're doing flats, it's okay when you're doing, I'm yelling because I'm trying to overtalk this. Like I say, it's a loud machine. You're doing flats, man, you know, it's a lot easier. A lot easier. The hats is what's going to bring you that drama. We structure a hat. The hats with the seam on it, that's what's going to give you them problems. And you see this one right here, this particular hat. Hold on, y'all. See, I'm trying to just do things on the fly because I be so busy. But you can see how that is going right in the middle of the seam. It's going right in the middle of the seam, so that can be very problematic. But it'll run flats, man. Flats are a breeze. If you're doing structured hats, flats are a breeze. It's just people can't get done, or people can't overcome doing the structured hats. And that's really the only hat I really make right now until I get time and I can really start marketing and, you know what I'm saying, expanding the company. I'm just dealing with that and dealing with what walks in the door. But, you know what I'm saying, just grateful for the little business that I do have. It's enough to stay afloat and to keep me busy. You know what I'm saying? Because if I get any more busier, I would definitely have to get another machine. And I definitely want another DTF machine. I want one bigger. I want one to be able to do 16 by 20. I'll probably be investing in that soon, especially if things just, you know what I'm saying, keep going well. Hopefully by the summer, maybe mid, late summer, I have one to put like fill up the whole back of a hoodie. I seen that and I was like, ooh, I want to do that. But T-shirt hustle, man. Stan T-shirt hustle, he was saying that, man. You know, sleeves. I do this for sleeves, small prints. You can definitely use that DTF. That was a great video he just did about the Omni print, adding DTF film to their arsenal, because people were doing it anyway. And I don't even, you know what I'm saying, I seen people doing DTF on the Omni Jet before I had my machine. You know what I'm saying? So that was something that people were doing anyway. Omni just went on ahead and just said, hey, you know what, it's a market here. Let's go ahead and just give them a package where they don't have to go out here and risk buying it from some bogus vendor on Alibaba. Let's just go ahead and give it to them. And like I said in my last video, the rates that they're charging, they're not really ripping you off. It is, you can get it cheaper, but for the less hassle, it is a fair rate. Remember how we did the digitizing? And I told you the little screen, that little run stick right there, we don't have to fill that up because the other horn gonna come across here. So the machine gonna do what you tell it to do. So sometimes you just have bad digitizing. And I'm not a digitizer, you know, I'm still learning. But this is pretty cool. Anybody tell you that this is pretty sweet. Alright. How we went up, and see we're gonna go to the other side. We're gonna go in the middle, go to the other side, right? Come on back down. And then continue to do that. That's how we drew it out. And it look like it's coming out pretty good.